Do you enjoy riddles and the unexplained? Then today I'm bringing you 45 photographs that, over time, have intrigued both the curious and the experts alike. Before we get started, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss more content on mysteries and curiosities. Let's dive into these images that continue to defy all logic. The Babushka Lady, JFK Assassination, 1963. A woman wearing a headscarf is seen filming near the spot where President Kennedy was killed. Nobody knows her identity or what happened to her recording. Many believe she could have held crucial evidence. The Solway Firth Spaceman, 1964. A father took a photo of his daughter in a field in England. When it was developed, a figure resembling someone in a spacesuit appeared behind her. Neither the police nor investigators were able to explain it, spawning theories of a reflection or something unknown. The Cooper family ghost, 1950s. A Texas family posed in their dining room. After the photo was developed, they noticed a figure hanging upside down from the ceiling. Some argue it was a double exposure. Others insist it was a real apparition. The time-traveling hipster, 1941. At the opening of a bridge in Canada, a young man in modern clothing and dark sunglasses stands out among the period-dressed crowd. It may simply have been unusual attire for the time, but the time travel theory persists. The Black Knight satellite. Images of a dark object orbiting Earth have circulated for decades. Some say it's ancient alien technology. NASA dismisses it as space debris. No definitive conclusion has ever been reached. The Hook Island Monster, 1964. Two people in Australia photographed what appeared to be a giant, tadpole-like sea creature. No one has proven it a hoax, though some suspect seaweed or a large stingray. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall, 1936. A famous photo showing a ghostly figure descending the stairs. Tests didn't detect fraud, but skeptics cite light defects. It remains a classic in the world of paranormal photography. The Hessdalen Lights, Norway. In Norway's Hessdalen Valley, mysterious lights are seen floating and changing color. Studies have been conducted, but no single explanation is universally accepted, fueling theories ranging from natural phenomena to UFOs. The Ghosts of SS Watertown, 1924. After two crew members died at sea, the crew photographed the water and claimed to see their faces floating in the waves. Some attribute it to bubbles or oil slicks, but the story retains its ghostly aura. The Boot Hill Cemetery Ghost, 1936. A tourist posed next to Lester Moore's grave. Later, a blurry figure wearing a hat was spotted behind him. No one recalled other visitors that day, feeding the legend of a supernatural Wild West. The McMinnville UFO, 1950. Two farmers in Oregon photographed a disc-like object. Various media outlets published the photos, and no forgery was proven. These images became a landmark case for UFO sightings. Freddie Jackson's Ghost, 1919. An RAF squadron photo taken at the end of World War I apparently shows mechanic Freddie Jackson, who had died days earlier. It's considered a classic case of a ghost appearing in a group picture. The Umbrella Man, JFK, 1963. On a sunny day, someone with a black umbrella stood very close to Kennedy during the assassination. Conspiracy theories arose about secret signals. The individual later identified himself as Umbrella Man, but many still doubt his explanation. STS-88 Mission UFO, 1998. Astronauts aboard the Endeavour photographed an object in orbit. NASA said it was a drifting thermal blanket. Some who believe in the Black Knight satellite or in UFOs see this image as further proof of their theories. Mothman, 1960s. Multiple photos and eyewitness accounts in West Virginia describe a winged humanoid with glowing red eyes, often linked to sightings just before the collapse of the Silver Bridge. Its existence has never been confirmed, but the legend endures. The Tulip Staircase Ghost, 1966. A reverend photographed a faint figure ascending the Tulip Staircase in London's Greenwich Maritime Museum. With no signs of tampering, it became one of the most popular ghost photos ever taken. The Phantom Photographer of Worcester, 1975. An amateur photographed the cathedral altar, and the developed image revealed a man in old-fashioned clothing holding an antique camera. The negatives showed no sign of manipulation. The astronaut carving in Salamanca Cathedral, 1992. This famous carving of an astronaut on the new cathedral's facade is often cited as proof of time travel. In reality, it was added during a modern restoration. The ghost of St. Mary's Graves. In England, multiple photos showed white shadows near headstones. One in particular clearly depicts a robed figure. It's never been definitively explained whether it was a light effect or something else. The Ghost Child of Loftus Hall, 2014. A tourist photographed Ireland's Loftus Hall from outside, later noticing what appeared to be a child and an elderly woman looking out the window. Since no one was inside, the mansion's reputation for paranormal events grew even stronger. The Hampton Court Ghost, 2003. Security cameras caught a figure in old-fashioned attire opening an emergency door over several days. Palace staff couldn't identify any visitor who matched the footage. The Ghost of St. Botolph's Church, 1982. Someone photographed the church interior and later saw a kneeling figure at prayer. The pastor said the building was locked at that time. Neither lighting tests nor exposure analyses offered a clear explanation. The Sefton Farm Child, 1960s. In England, a farmer took a picture of his barn. Upon development, a child nobody recalled seeing appeared in the shot. Local stories speak of a missing child, adding an eerie layer of mystery. The Corroboree Rock Ghost, 1959. In Australia, a tourist snapshot revealed a white shape at a site sacred to Aboriginal peoples. No hoax was detected, and some interpret it as a protective entity or ancestral spirit. Foo Fighter phenomenon, World War II. Pilots reported glowing orbs following their aircraft. Some photographs showed these lights in strange formations. Some suspect secret technology. Others propose atmospheric events yet to be understood. The Frozen in Time NBA crowd, 2013. In viral images, several spectators at a game appear motionless. Theories include a camera glitch or an elaborately orchestrated group prank. No official explanation was ever confirmed. The Aguadilla UFO, 2013. A thermal camera in Puerto Rico recorded a flying object that dove into the ocean without slowing down. Ufologists consider it solid evidence, while skeptics suggest drones or normal marine phenomena. Lord Combermere's extra hand, 1891. In the library of his mansion, a photo shows an arm on a chair with no apparent body. It coincided with the recent death of Lord Combermere, fueling the idea that his spirit returned to his home. The Scotsman at Goddard Beach, 1974. A family posed by the sea, only to notice later a man in a Scottish kilt in the background. Someone no one had noticed in the moment. Some speculate it could be the apparition of an old sailor or a mysterious visitor. Bigfoot footprints in Bluff Creek, 1958. Photos of enormous footprints emerged in California before the famous 1967 footage. Accusations of a hoax were inconclusive, and these tracks are still cited as potential evidence of an unknown primate. The Headless Rider of Roos Hall, 1975. An exterior photo of Roos Hall appears to show a horse with a rider whose head is indiscernible. Local legend speaks of a decapitated ghost roaming the area. With no sign of photo tampering, the mystery endures. The Ghost at the Dr. Guyslain Museum, Belgium, 2008. A visitor photographed a corridor, revealing the shadow of a woman dressed in old-fashioned clothing. The museum was once a psychiatric hospital, heightening stories of residual spirits lingering there. The Gray Man of Pawleys Island. Photos taken at various times show a human-like shadow on the beach just before storms or hurricanes. Local lore says this figure warns residents of impending danger. No study has definitively identified who or what stands behind this silhouette. The Angel over the Statue of Liberty, 1977. A luminous halo was captured hovering above the torch. Some called it a divine intervention. Others said it was a lens flare. With no proof of a hoax, the enigma remains. The Unknown Child at Queensland School, 1959. A class photo includes a boy who wasn't enrolled in the school or listed in any records. Rumors arose of a deceased student who never truly left. Lightning Strikes Christ the Redeemer, 2014. A photographer snapped the instant lightning struck the head of Rio de Janeiro's iconic statue, resulting in a jaw-dropping image. Some deemed it almost a supernatural event. The Phoenix Lights, 1997. Thousands witnessed a formation of lights in a V-shape over Arizona. Military flares were suggested, but many testified seeing an enormous, silent craft. It remains one of the most debated UFO incidents. The Shadow Man at the abandoned power plant, 2005. Urban explorers photographed a deserted facility and spotted a dark silhouette behind a generator. They insist they were alone and that there wasn't enough light to cast such a shadow. The 1920s selfie stick. An old photo shows two women holding a long object that looks strikingly like a modern selfie stick. Experts say it could have been a walking cane or homemade support, but time travel theories caught on online. The Face in the Windsor Window, 1892. A tourist's snapshot of Windsor Castle revealed a face peering from a sealed window. With the castle steeped in royal history and tales of hauntings, speculation of a regal ghost abounds. Annie Lennox's Concert Ghost, 1993. At one of the singer's performances, a photo captured a translucent figure near the stage. Fans and media debated whether it was smoke or something more chilling. Even Lennox admitted she found it puzzling. The Child in the Doll Factory, 2010. A photographer exploring a dilapidated doll factory claimed to be alone. Yet one shot appears to show a boy peering from a shelf. Already eerie surroundings made even more unsettling by a mysterious presence. The Hat Man in the Elevator, 1973. A London security camera caught a figure in a top hat who vanished between floors. He didn't appear on any other footage, and there was no record of his entrance, leaving the case in total darkness. The Extra Guest in the Harlow Family Photo, 1972. During a Christmas picture, an elderly woman in old-fashioned clothing was visible in the background. The family recognized her features as those of a deceased great-grandmother. No one recalled her at the gathering, and they insist it wasn't any other guest.